Hey everybody, welcome to Mr. Rogers' Afternoon Clay Class. This is part 3 of creating a face mug. And so far we've built up the bone structure of the orbital sockets and the cheekbones, and we've added in the bridge of our nose. We've built up a nose. We have our lips, we have our lower lip and our upper lip sort of splayed out. Septum is going to be in here. There's the septum. And I'll detail these lips later. But today, this lesson is just going to be for basic structure. So the next thing we have to worry about here is our eyelids. We need some eyelids here. These are going to be some pretty dry eyes if there's nothing protecting them. So I roll out just a coil, and then I flatten it. And then I curve it to how I want. And then you sort of have to size it up to how sleepy you want your person to look. So if I do that big, he's going to look pretty sleepy. So I will shorten that up a bit. And by sleepy, meaning his eyelids are closed. And there we go. This guy looks a little more awake now. And, just on how much you close the eyelids will affect the emotional feel of your piece. So there's the upper eyelid, and then the lower eyelids the same way. Just roll out a coil, smash it flat, give it a bend, and depending on how much of this you use will really affect how your guy looks. So that's clearly too much. So I'll take a knife and cut this. Get this to the size I want. Push this out of the way so you guys can see what I'm doing here. There we go. So I made that a little smaller, stretch it out a bit. And there we go. And then it's just blending and smoothing. Looks pretty good. And then pupil, if he's looking straight out, be here. Use a pencil for that. And then the other side, same thing. Take a chunk of clay, roll it into a coil, flatten it out. Give it a bend. Cover up that eye. And then if you wanted him to be like say give a wink, you could just completely close this eye. That'd be kind of interesting. So cut this to size with my knife. A little sleepy look. I don't want to go that low. Take a little bit more off. And clearly the more symmetrical that you make it, the more human and normal it will look, if that's what you're going for. All right, lower lid, Same way. Grab up some of my scraps here. Make a coil. Flatten it out. Give it a bend. Cut it a little thinner. You don't need much for that bottom. A little too closed. So cut a little bit more of that off. Looks pretty good. Blend that in. Tack a little bit more on there. Just define that a little bit more. Pupil. I want to center that just like the other one. If I don't, it's going to look weird. And obviously you want to make them about the same size. So now he's looking right at you. Very, very creepy. Now if this were a true human proportions, this nose would be smaller. The corner of the mouth would be here and here. This is a little exaggerated, but this is how you build up a basic face. And then if you wanted to do more muscle structure to make him smile, you would have built this on differently. You would have made that more of a curve and that more of a curve, but I could add in muscle structure here if I wanted to. Here. It's up to you. You could put a mustache on your guy or a goatee. It's basically Mr. Potato Head at this point. And we're gonna put a handle on the back here to sort of balance him out. But if we look at his profile, check that out. And if you are unhappy with how profile looks, you can always give the guy some plastic surgery. So if I think this nose is too big, I could come in and do a little rhinoplasty, as they call it. Believe it or not, that is what plastic surgery on the nose is called, rhinoplasty. And then I could just get very sculptural here, and I have soft clay and I can build this however I want. All right, that was part 3 of how to structure up a face on a mug. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.